Previously on Legends of Aelos, we return to the story as the Duskmire Bogger makes landfall on the Kelpie Isle. The party sees a Nariman male, clothed in robes similar in coloration to Karun. Upon seeing the party in control of the ship, however, the Nariman turns to flee. Karun, eager to question his kin, implores the party to set after him and make sure he does not get away. Rowan, Asher, and Karun proceed down the rope ladder to the shore, where there are now two salty pirates, presumably from Kane's crew, that seek to intercept the three party members as they pursue the lone Nariman. However, Asher manages to reach the individual first and hold him there in place. Though initially combative in their disposition, the presence of the dual-wielding Rowan, the fleet-footedness of Asher, and the enigmatic, persistent questioning by Karun of the Nariman male sway the pirates to sheathe their weapons and leave matters beyond their realm of comprehension alone. They are just swords for hire, after all. Now unhindered by the pirate hirelings, Karun continues to press the Nariman, who we now see to be in a possessed or enthralled state, his eyes bloodshot as if they had not blinked in weeks. To Rowan and Asher, the Inquisition is quite cryptic, though one thing is most certainly clear. The situation is dire enough that Karun is visibly distressed, his normally calm demeanor vexed, with stress becoming apparent on his brow. Their inquisition proves fruitless, and after confiding with Elena, Karun requests Rowan and Asher to bind their captive until they can sort out what is transpiring here. It's at this moment Ace and Briar move past Karun into the jungle off the edge of the beach, tasked by Balin to retrieve hardy wood to repair the ship with. The three remaining party members return to the ship, with the two previous pirates joining them under the new employ of Asher, to assist Balin with patching the major damage to the hull with what current supplies are on hand. It's not long, though, before concern for the two that had departed mounts as the length of their absence grows. Considering the lack of knowledge of what the overall current state of the island is, Karun, Rowan, and Asher form a search party with Elena and Bolt in tow. They make their way into the jungle, and after some time, they happen upon the site which the party suspects is where Briar and Ace had attempted to gather wood. Signs of combat bode ill, and the party attempts to follow what little evidence is presented, hoping to find their compatriots well at the end. Their concerns are well-founded, as soon they are set upon by diminutive little pygmies slashing, stabbing, and shooting at the party as they dash below the cover of the jungle floor. Their size and speed, combined with the cover, all provide to be a hindrance in the fight, but not too great to overcome, as the party eventually defeats the threat. Our group continues until they eventually happen upon a settlement that, despite being foreign to them, has a few familiar elements to Karun, particularly the way in which the canopy-bound residencies are interconnected by a network of vines, something similar to him from Briar's hometown. Before the party can ponder much more, however, the residents of the settlement present themselves, leery of the party that has come to their village. In an attempt to communicate, as a language barrier becomes immediately apparent, Karun mentions a name, much to Asher's surprise: Tambrin. Now we flip to Ace and Briar, having gone into the jungle and discovered a suitable tree to harvest. Ace proceeds to begin chopping wood, but it isn't long before a hungry denizen of the jungle discovers them, a massive, constricting snake. The reptile manages to bind most of Ace, but it is unable to bind his hands, a fatal mistake. With assistance from Briar and his two powerful fists, he fells the beast, and they proceed to gather their bearings after the fight. It is not long, though, before they are set upon by another group, an organized one which sets upon them intelligently with paralyzing darts that manage to subdue Briar and Ace both, despite their best efforts. The two of them are taken to a village, but it isn't long before dispositions on both sides change. Not only is this place conveniently the destination of Briar, but it is also conveyed to us that this is the adoptive home of Ace. The two party members' experiences stand in juxtaposition from each other, however. While Ace is reunited with family and even gets the opportunity to spar with his brother Mordecai, we learn that Briar's uncle, Tambrin, is no longer of flesh and blood, having been assassinated by more of the twisted Nariman that currently occupy the island. His soul now resides in a sapling nurtured by the mortal remains interred beneath. Briar is stricken with grief, and Ace does what he can to console her. Eventually, there is a commotion, and as Ace will soon discover, that's brought about by the entry of the search party to the village. Now, the party stands moments from reuniting, and it's just before this we shall continue the story of the Legends of Aelos.